Hello, followers, to tonight's episode of Dead Talk Live. I'm your host, Viz, from Walking Dead Now. As always, our broadcast is being simulcasted across all our social media platforms, which include YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you're joining us for the first time, please subscribe to our YouTube channel called Walking Dead Now. If you're on YouTube now, great. Go ahead and smash that red subscribe button. If you're watching from any of our other platforms, wait till the show is over and then head on over to YouTube and subscribe. So, how is everyone doing tonight? We are continuing our series here on the What-Ifs on The Walking Dead. We are crawling along. You guys have been so interactive and great. A lot of feedback. This is amazing. This has been absolutely amazing. You hear me shuffling these papers. Obviously, you guys know who've been watching. This show is not scripted, but I do have to have notes or else I'm just going to forget everything of what I want to talk about. So I've made up all these notes so I don't miss any points that I wanted to make on the big moments on The Walking Dead. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I will be bringing up the phone number here in a second. We are continuing our contest giveaway, guys. We had our first winner last night, and you'll see right there up on the screen. Abraham action figure is gone. It's called for. Ismail won it. Congratulations, Ismail. Hey, TWD fan. How you doing? Hey, Marko. I see all you guys joining us in the rooms. Thank you so much for being with us. So I want to show you guys the rest of the action figures we have available for the contest. We're going to be running every night for a while. We have Tyrese, Aaron, RV Zombie, Bungee Walker, Gas Mask Riot Gear Zombie, and I think we're going to be getting some more, but I'm not going to say more than that for right now. So Abraham is out of the loop. Ismail answered our trivia question correctly last night, and he picked Abraham. So we're getting questions. Is Rick really coming back on the 11th season? No, that is absolutely not true. Don't know where you heard it. Stewart is waving. Hey, Stewart. Leonard with a smiley face. Hi, Leonard. TWD fan. I hope I win tonight. Toby. I remember you, Toby. Are you going to do your around the horn and go from Instagram to YouTube and Twitter tonight, or are you going to stay on Instagram with us? Now, the questions that would come up for these trivia, they're not easy, guys. It's not easy. These things are valuable action figures. And we're going to do it a little bit differently tonight, okay? The way we are... Hey, Alex. You're new. Thank you. Welcome to our show. Alex underscore JAHR from Instagram is new. Thank you for joining us. Okay, TWD fan Toby. Yeah, I'm outing you. Toby is staying on Instagram tonight. I remember your name from yesterday. You're welcome, Alex. Sorry, guys, I have all these different things going on. I'm trying to keep up. So I said we're going to do the contest a little differently tonight. Okay. I want to have everybody get a chance to win. So what I'm going to do is halfway through tonight's show, around the 30-minute mark, I'm going to announce the question. Okay? It's another hard question. And then as soon as I announce the question, the first person to call in with the correct answer from when I announce the question to when the show ends around the 1 hour mark gets to pick the next action figure. It's pretty simple. Pretty easy to remember. Are you guys cool with that? Let me get a big thumbs up if you guys are okay with that. So that's how we're going to do it tonight. So showing you the rest of the action figures again that we are giving away. And we are continuing. Okay. Deborah with a big thumbs up. Thank you, Deborah. Alex, thumbs up. Okay, you guys seem to agree. Good. Last night I waited till the last 10 minutes to announce the question. And we got a call in pretty quickly. And just to remind everybody, you guys cannot chat in your answer. You have to call me. I'm going to bring up the phone number right now. This is our phone number, 718-509-9270. In the United States, you can use any phone to call us. If you're outside the United States, you can use that same number. And if you use Skype, the call is absolutely free. It's a voice call. You don't have to worry about your face showing up on the screen. It's just a regular voice call. Again, the number is 718-509-9270. And please feel free to call in before the contest if you guys want to go over some of these points I'm going to talk about tonight. I'd love to hear from you guys. I mean, I love watching your guys' chats come in, but it's even better if I get to get a person on the phone and we can have a back and forth conversation. So feel free to call me at any time. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off yesterday. Actually, yesterday we got through season 5. And so we are going on to season 6. Okay, yeah, season 6. The season where we can actually say Rick and the gang were the bad guys. They slaughtered people in their sleep. Definitely not a cool moment for Rick. So we're going to delve into that a little bit more. And this is not in chronological order for season 6. But let's talk about, I ended yesterday season 5 with Noah's gruesome death in front of Glenn when he got eaten alive at those revolving doors. And let's talk about Nicholas. Nicholas the coward, okay? His cowardly acts got Noah killed. And then he tried to kill Glenn. Because he just didn't want anybody alive that knew what he did. That actually witnessed his act of cowardness getting somebody killed. It was eating him alive. So he took Glenn out into the woods and he was going to kill him. Glenn got the better of him and Glenn spared him because that's the kind of character Glenn was. He spared him, and then Nicholas did an about face, and he was all about trying to prove himself to Glenn and so on, that he is not that person that, snuck out of those revolving doors, ended up getting Noah killed and so on. So let's go to Nicholas' suicide. He tried to be the brave guy. He tried to be the person that Glenn thought he could be. But when he was cornered on top of that dumpster and he saw no way out and Glenn was telling him, just don't move, he just pulls out his gun and shoots himself. Okay? And not only does he go down, he brings Glenn down with him. And they fall on top of all the walkers. And the way it was filmed, brilliantly, it looks like to us, the fans watching the episode at the moment, that it's Glenn that is getting eaten alive. You know what I mean? Hey, Andre from YouTube, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. So it does look like Glenn is being eaten alive at that moment, and then they cut. And we don't see Glenn for a couple of episodes. So we're left wondering. Hey, Ben. Thank you for waving back. Ben from Instagram. Hey, SS, hello. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. So that's the story with Nicholas. Not a real big what if there on Nicholas. He is who he is. Hey, Saz on YouTube. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. We're just discussing season 6 on the What-Ifs. how the storyline might be different. We were just talking about Nicholas the Coward that got Noah killed and him ending his life on top of that dumpster, and the way it was filmed, how the showrunners wanted us to believe that it was Glenn that was being eaten alive. Luckily it wasn't. At least it wasn't his time to go yet. So now, big moment in season 6, big character introduction that I want to talk about. A real favorite, Jesus. Andre writes, I'm very bored and I came because I love The Walking Dead. Great. Stay with us. Stay with us on YouTube. Ask away. Talk with us. That's what we're here for. SS writes, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good because I'm here with you guys. And I love talking to you guys. So, going back to Jesus, how many of you all agree that the introduction of Jesus was amazing? I mean, the way they brought him onto the show, when he meets up with Rick and Daryl, and he steals the keys to the truck, the gold mine that Rick found full of supplies. Remember that truck? And Jesus comes in, bumps into him, steals his keys, and they let him go. And then they hear the truck starting, and they're driving off, and they chase him on foot. I mean, that's an awesome episode. They chase him on foot. They catch up to him, and it's a big cat and mouse episode. And to make a long story short, Daryl ends up knocking him out, and they end up bringing him back to Alexandria. They lose the truck down a lake. You know, they were acting like little boys, and in the process, that big truck full of supplies ends up at the bottom of a lake. So you see Rick and Daryl driving Jesus back to Alexandria. Hey, Mary. Hey, BAD. Big thumbs up, big wave back at you guys. So we see, you know, Jesus being driven back to Alexandria. He's knocked out. I mean, he's out cold. And if you guys notice in that scene, which is really funny, Rick is driving and Daryl's in the backseat with Jesus. And this is a little playful moment between Rick and Daryl, where at one point Jesus, as he's knocked out cold, his head slumps on Daryl's shoulder, and Daryl just shoves him to the side. And Rick takes notice of that. And Rick purposely steers the car so Jesus would continue to slump onto Daryl. So it was like two brothers between Daryl and Rick, like, you know, pranking each other. Just like the actors who were like best friends, you know, Norman Reedus and Andrew Lincoln did off the screen. On the screen, they were like big brothers, you know, best friends, brothers playing pranks on each other. And that was a great moment. Hey, Kathy, thumbs up. Marco asked, do we know what Jesus' first name was? Oh, man, I do. I just can't remember it right now. That's why I have all these notes. No, I do not remember offhand what Jesus' first name was. Does anybody out there remember what Jesus' real first name was? Hey, Wicked. Thank you for joining us. So anyway, Paul Rovia, Sazchik on YouTube answers Marco. Marco's on YouTube. Saz is on YouTube. Paul Rovia, good deal, Saz. That is it. Yes. Wicked Creations, it is Paul. I see you on Instagram. Also answered Paul. TV writes Walking Dead Forever. That was impressive, Saz, on YouTube. Impressive. Not only the first name, but the last name, too. That's impressive. So anyway, Jesus gets brought back to Alexandria. So the big what if there is, let's say, you know, Jesus does not run into Rick and Daryl. Let's say that never happens. Holy cow. We would never have gotten to meet, you know, assumably, we would never have gotten to meet the Hilltop community and so on. And Jesus told them, you know, after he woke up and he broke out of jail and he walked in on Michonne and Rick, who slept with each other for the first time that night. He walked in on them And he woke them up and he's like, Rick! Rick! And Rick stands up buck naked with his gun pointing at him. That was hysterical. Rick writes on Instagram, I miss Jesus. I miss Jesus too. Debbie Montoya, yes. And now the stars in Prodigal Son. Absolutely, Debbie. Absolutely. One of my family relatives actually got to meet the actor. I believe his name is Thomas Paine, who played Jesus in a bar in Los Angeles. Very nice guy, he says. It's very nice guy. That was epic, writes Wicked. That was epic. You know, Jesus walking in on Michonne and Rick sleeping after they slept together for the first time. Rick stands up buck naked, holding his revolver up. That was hysterical. And Jesus steps out of the room, sits down on the stairs waiting for them. And there comes Carl to see his dad and Michonne coming out of the bedroom. That's what I mean. That was a great episode. It was lighthearted. It was amazing. It was great. I loved that episode. So we get introduced to the Hilltop community. I mean, Jesus, once they all get dressed and go down to the table, Jesus tells Rick and everybody else sitting around the table that their world is about to get a whole lot bigger. And it does. Because that's where we get introduced to Hilltop. Jesus brings them to Hilltop. We get to meet Gregory the Weasel. You know, we're talking about a lot of weasels tonight with Nicholas and Gregory. Gregory being the biggest weasel, I think, man. Talk about a guy who liked to play both sides of the fence there. But anyway. So, you know, Alexandria, if you guys remember, is running short on supplies. Jose gives us a big thumbs up. Hey, Jose, big thumbs up back at you, buddy. So Alexandria is really running low on supplies. You know, and they're hoping to come up with some kind of trade with Hilltop. But Gregory's not hearing it. William, smiley face. On Instagram. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. So anyway, Gregory's not having it. He's not looking to trade. Hilltop is doing fine on its own. So the only way, you know, that's when Maggie has a talk with him, and Rick talks with him about this guy named Negan. And who is this guy Negan? You know, Daryl and Abraham ran up against some of his men. That's when Daryl blew them up with the RPG. And this is where Rick makes probably the biggest mistake in the 9 seasons of The Walking Dead that he was on. I mean, in exchange to get the food from Hilltop, he makes a deal with Gregory to take out the Saviors. He thinks it's just some small group of bandits led by some guy named Negan, and he strikes a deal with Gregory. You give us the food, and we will take out the guy who you're paying protection money to. And, well, that led to, like I said in the beginning of the show, you know, it's hard to even say. Rick, Glenn, all our favorites, they went and they killed people while they were sleeping. I mean, that's just cold. It wasn't their best moment, you know, and everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. If you guys remember, Heath could not do it. Glenn had to really walk him through it. It was a bad moment. It was a bad moment to watch, and well, they got what was coming to them, because what they thought, you know, was the whole group, and they took him out in one, you know, big. Hey, Danny, on Instagram. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Danny WD6 from Instagram. Hello. So they think they take out Negan. They think they take out the whole group. They think they're all in just in that one building. Little do they know that it's just an outpost. Hey, Gaming is Gaming on YouTube. How you doing? Thank you for joining us tonight. So, yeah, Rick thinks the deed is done. Negan is dead. The so-called saviors are over with. But man, is he wrong. He just stirred the hornet's nest. Gaminess writes, you're welcome. Well, it's good to have you here. TWD fan, oh shit, it's my mom. Wait, you're telling me that Gaminess is your mom, Toby? Toby's on Instagram and Gaminess is on YouTube. Anyway, you know, I said this before, I can integrate the chats where you guys can see from all the different platforms what you're saying, but it just doesn't look nice. Toby writes, no, Dan is. TWD fan, Dan is. Okay. Hey, it's your mom. That's fine. It's Mother's Day. By the way, it is Mother's Day, and I want to say a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Okay, I hope you guys have had a great day. I hope your families have reached out to you and gave you the love that you all deserve. Happy Mother's Day. And thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you guys are having a good day. So, yeah, Rick makes a deal with Greg to kill Negan in exchange for food and supplies. Well, that leads to Rick and his group finding out very slowly that they did stir the hornet's nest. Okay, we get introduced to Dwight. And Dwight's a great character, okay? Gaminess writes on YouTube, how do you think they will get away from Beta? Well, I don't think they get away from Beta. I think, well, I'm pretty sure Beta is going to die. We don't know who's going to kill him. In the comic books, Gaminess, Beta gets killed by Aaron. But that's not how it's going to play out here, I don't think. I think it's going to be Daryl maybe, that takes him out. Your guess is as good as mine. But they don't get away from him. They have to face him down and kill him. And we're going to lose a lot of people too. I said this last night. I think we're going to lose Father Gabriel in the finale. I don't think Father Gabriel is going to make it through the finale. Marko writes, love to Dwight. Absolutely. Dwight's character is amazing. And the scene I want to point out to you guys, do you guys remember that tragic scene where Denise dies by Dwight? You know, Dwight was aiming for Daryl, but he ends up shooting Denise with Daryl's crossbow. And anyway, that was just horrible and tragic, and I really like Denise. And if you're a doctor at Alexandria, you know you're going to die soon, because no doctor at Alexandria survives for very long. You know, Denise, Sadiq, on and on. Anyway, going back to that scene where we lost Denise and Dwight, you know, gets Rosita and Daryl, and they have Eugene on his knees, okay? And Abraham is the one that rescues him. Do you remember what Eugene did to Dwight? He bit Dwight's crotch. And Abraham turns to him and says, I forgot, I cannot repeat the Abrahamisms verbatim. I apologize. But he says something along the line to Eugene like, you are like the best dick biter, you know, I have ever seen, or something like that. I mean, a classic Abraham line. How many of you guys remember that? You know, do you guys remember when Eugene bites Dwight's crotch and Abraham complimenting him on it? That was hysterical. Marko forgot about it. He's like, yeah, that's right. That was a hysterical thing. That was a hysterical scene. I loved it. You know, Eugene, you know, showed up as a distraction. Abraham is the one that saved him and had the saviors running off into the woods, including Dwight. All right, Stewart remembers. Great, great. A lot of people forgot that scene, so I wanted to remind you guys of it. It was funny. Of course, we lose Denise. We lose Deanna in season 6 when the wall falls. If you guys remember, the tower just outside the walls of Alexandria collapses on the Alexandria walls, and the oh shit moment happens. And Alexandria gets flooded with walkers. Everybody retreats back into their houses. They're all separated. Deanna is with Rick, Jesse, Sam, and Ron. Deanna does get bit, and she is left behind as Rick, pulls a trick out from season 1 and tells Jesse and all them that they're going to have to take in one of the walkers and dress themselves up in their guts so they can walk their way through all the walkers. TWD fan remembers that Eugene scene. That was funny. It was. Saz writes, yes, I remember. It was funny. Denise's death was Abraham's death in the comics. It was. I just read that today as well. I mean, I knew it, but it was. If you guys don't know, the way Denise died is how Abraham died in the comic books. So that's a little tidbit for you guys that don't know that out there. So going back to Deanna, she was bit, and then we sort of lose sight of her till later on. But, Rick, Michonne, Carl, Jesse, Sam, and Ron walk out of that house, covered in walker guts. All right? They walk out of the house covered in walker guts, and they're doing good. They're doing good. They're making their way across, trying to reach the other people, until Sam freaks out. Oh, he's a little kid, but he says mom. Well, after that, everything falls apart. He gets bit. Jessie gets killed because she starts screaming hysterically because her son is dying. Ron, of course, blames Rick and Carl for getting his mother and brother killed. Michonne has to take out Ron, but he gets a shot off. And that's when Carl loses his eye. That's when Carl turns to his father, missing one eye, dad, and collapses to the ground. So we are almost at the 30-minute mark. So like I promised you guys in the beginning, Saz writes, Sam and Ron annoyed me. I absolutely agreed with you, Saz, on YouTube. Sam and Ron annoyed me as well. Especially Ron. Probably took after his wife-beater father, Peter. Remember him? Okay, so we're at the 30-minute mark. For you guys joining us on YouTube a little late, we are running a contest. We're giving away these action figures. Okay, we have 6 left. Abraham is off the table. Tyrese, Aaron, RV Zombie, Bungee Walker, Gas Mask Riot Gear Zombie, and Michonne's Pet 1. We're giving them away to whoever answers a very difficult trivia question correctly. So last night I waited till the last 10 minutes to ask the question, and we did get a caller who did answer correctly. Tonight, because the questions are difficult, I'm going to ask the question now, and I'm going to give you guys the rest of the half hour to call in on this number, 718-509-9270. And the first person to call with the right answer gets to pick out of the remaining 6 which action figure they want. Now, I want to reiterate, guys, these are not children's toys. I mean, well, they could be, but these are collectibles, and they're worth a lot of money now, and they're going to be worth a lot of money years from now. As you can see, they are brand new in the box, unopened. And whoever wins them, my recommendation would be to keep them in the box, unopened. And you can make a lot of money down the line just for answering the question right. So let me go ahead Let me put the phone number up. Okay? The first person, you guys have like 30 minutes to answer this question. First one to answer gets to pick. So, here's the question. You guys remember Axel, the prisoner, who died in front of Carol when the governor shot him in the head and half his brains landed on Carol's face? He had that handlebar mustache. Axel, the guy who was in jail for pharmaceuticals. So the question is about him and the other prisoners that were found with him in the cafeteria. So here's the question. How long was Axel and the other prisoners locked up in the prison cafeteria? How long was Axel and the other prisoners with Axel locked up in the prison cafeteria before Rick showed up? We'll accept the answer in months or days. Okay? I'll repeat, if nobody answers or calls right away, I'll repeat the question again in about another 10 minutes or so. But one more time. How long was Axel and the other prisoners locked up in that cafeteria? And like I said, I'll accept two answers. You can answer in months or days. Okay? So I'll be monitoring the phone lines. The first person to call in with the right answer gets to pick their action figure. This contest is not limited to people just in the United States. It's open to anybody in the world, which is, as any of you guys know, really unusual for any contest that's run in the United States, and they're only limited to the United States. I want to do things differently, and this is open to the world. Hey, Silas, hola. TWD fan writes, I fought, Carl died. I think you had a typo there, buddy. What do you mean, I fought? Oh, we have a caller. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hello, you are on Dead Talk with Viz, Walking Dead Now. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. What, you want to give us your name? First name, even if it's a fake one?
My name is Toby.
Toby! I am so glad to talk to you, Toby.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I know you were upset that you didn't get through to answer last night's question. So, let me repeat the question to you. How long was Axel and the other prisoners locked up in the prison before Rick showed up? I'll accept the answer in months or days. And what's your answer?
3 years.
No, Toby. I'm sorry, but that is incorrect. It was not 3 years. I'm sorry, buddy. I commend you for calling in. It's awesome. I'm actually very glad I got to talk to you. Do you want to stay on the line with me a little bit while we go over some of this stuff? Instead of you...
That's fine.
Yeah, let's stay on the line. You can help me co-host this show till we get our next caller, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So as you heard, now let's see, where were we at? Okay, we were talking about Sam, Ron, Carl losing an eye. We lost Deanna, and Toby, do you remember Spencer after Rick, and the rest of Alexandria take back Alexandria from the Walkers? Do you remember Spencer going out into the woods and looking for his mom?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Okay. And Spencer is found by Michonne, I believe. Oh, guys, like I said, no chatting in the answer. You guys have to call in the answer. So I'm not going to answer if you're correct or wrong. You're not disqualified either. You can call in with the answer if you have it, but I'm not going to accept chat answers. You got to call in for the answer. Everybody, sorry, Toby. A lot of people are writing in on Instagram. Nubia is giving us a big thumbs up. Right back at you, Nubia. Crazy Meme guesses the answer of 2 months. I am not going to acknowledge that or deny it. It's you gotta call in. Ismail, yesterday's winner. Hey, Ismail, you're a little late joining us tonight, but thank you for joining us. Ismail was last night's winner, and he chose Abraham. So, Toby, if you remember, Michonne finds Deanna, with Spencer, and of course Deanna's a walker.
Yeah.
And she realizes that, Michonne, that Spencer's out there trying to find his mom, and he helps her put her down. So that was a sad moment. We lost Deanna. I like Deanna. Did you like Deanna?
Yeah, she was alright.
I mean, she was okay. I mean, it took a lot of guts for Deanna to really let Rick and all of them join Alexandria. Realizing as the leader of Alexandria at the time that they needed someone like Rick, someone who's been on the outside, someone who saw what's going on out there, and bringing him in there so they can share their experience with them. So let's move on to the next thing. This, like I said, I'm bouncing back and forth in season 6. So let's go to. We already mentioned Dwight and how great of a character is, but how many of you guys out there remember how we were introduced to Dwight? Do you remember, Toby, how we were first introduced to Dwight?
Yeah.
It was with Daryl, okay? And Daryl meets up with Dwight, his wife, and I remembered the wife's name before I started tonight's show, and I just can't think of it right now. Marko, what was Dwight's wife's name? And I believe his sister-in-law. We meet the three of them. Okay, his sister-in-law ends up dying. They explain to Daryl that they're running away from a Sherry Saz on YouTube. Sherry, you know what? We have an unknown. I think we lost Toby. Toby, you got disconnected. If you want to call back, please feel free to do so. So we lost Toby there. I'm sure he'll come back onto the chats if you can't get through on the lines. But Saz on YouTube, yes, it was Sherry. That was Dwight's wife's name, Sherry. Thank you. You're Saz, you're like a Walking Dead encyclopedia. Saz, why don't you give me a call? We can talk about this. I need you to help me out with this stuff. So if you're up to it, give me a call. The number's right there up on the screen. So we get introduced to Dwight, his wife and sis-in-law, and basically Daryl helps them, to avoid the saviors who come looking for him. And the sister-in-law turns. And, they basically backstab Daryl. Okay? All right, Toby writes, I'm coming back. All right, Toby, you can either call back. It's completely up to you, buddy. I know we lost you. Turai writes, Salam. Salam, Turai. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. So, yeah. Where was I? Yeah, they turn on Daryl, who helped him out. They steal his motorcycle, take his crossbow. That's when they take his crossbow, and it's what Dwight uses to kill Denise that we talked about earlier. Okay, and that's our introduction to Dwight and Sherry and so on. And he goes back to the Saviors because he's like, this is a futile attempt. We can't escape these guys. And we see Dwight again. The next time we see Dwight, half his face is burnt off. Because that was his punishment from Negan for running away. And let's now fast forward to the end of season 6. Okay, let's fast forward. Maggie gets sick. Rick and all of them have realized now that the Saviors are much bigger than they anticipated earlier in the season. They made a huge mistake. and they're trying to get Maggie to Hilltop because she's pregnant and she's sick. So it was a great season finale. The season 6 finale was amazing. They're trying to find a way to get to Hilltop, but the Saviors have blocked every possible way for them to make it to Hilltop. TWD fan writes, absolutely, Toby, if you want, call right back. I'm sorry we lost you on the phone. I'm here. Nobody's calling right now, so yeah, give me a call right back. So Maggie's sick. They're trying to get her to Hilltop to a doctor. The Saviors are one step ahead. They have blocked all the roads, and they have a plan for this group. Oh, do they have a plan for this group? Okay. We get to meet Simon, which we find out is Negan's, right-hand man and a psychopath. Okay, we have another call coming in. Hello, you're on Dead Talk Live with Viz. How are you? And the call got disconnected. All right, well, whoever just called, if you want to call back, please call. I don't think the problem's on my end. So phone calls just do get disconnected sometimes. So the person that just called, please call us back. So continuing on, that's where we meet Simon, who is a complete psychopath. And Rick turns to him and asks him, do you want today to be your last day on Earth? Or something in that regards? Abby Lynn. Oh, that was me on YouTube. You want to call back, Abby? You can call back and chat, or if you have an answer to our trivia question, you can call in for that. Give me a call back. Abby writes, I hate Simon. Yes. I don't think you're going to find a lot of people out there that liked Simon, Abby. I did not like Simon. So I'm looking over at the Instagram chats. You guys are having like a little conversation amongst yourselves over here, huh? Hey, Rob. Waving back at you, Rob. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. So, again, Simon, roadblocks, Hilltop, can't make it. They come up with this plan. Eugene is going to be a decoy with the RV, and the rest of them are going to go on foot with Maggie. Oh, we got a call. Hello, you're on Dead Talk Live with Viz. How are you? It's going to be your last day on Earth, or something in that regards. Are you there? Oh, that was me on YouTube. You want to call back, Abby? There's a 15-second delay for the live stream. Can you turn down the live stream? You see, I think that's confusing. Guys, there is about a 10-second delay in the live stream. So if you guys are going to call into the show, which I would really love for you to do, if you do so, please turn down the volume on the device where you're listening to us, because there is a 10-second delay. And I'm going to answer the phone, but if you're just listening to the broadcast, it's 10 seconds behind. So, TWD fan, Toby, won't let you call back? That sucks. Are you calling us from the UK? So anyway, going back to that delay, guys. Yeah, if you do call us, which I hope you do decide to call us, there is a 10-second delay, just like any broadcast, whether it's on the internet or on TV. Doesn't matter. There's always a 5, 10, 15-second delay. So before you call us, please turn down the volume on the device that you're listening to us on, and then just listen to the phone, and then you'll be able to hear me directly on your phone. Don't rely on hearing me through the broadcast. You'll hear me through your phone. So I hope you guys understand that. So TWD is calling us, trying to call us from the UK. Well, the line is working. I just got a call. I think we're losing this person who's trying to call us because they're responding to the broadcast, which is 10 seconds behind, instead of to the phone call. And I think that might be confusing them a little bit. But keep trying. Hey, Patricia. Patricia on Instagram is joining us. Abby on YouTube writes, so my friend and I are auditioning. What are you auditioning for? The Walking Dead? You're right, I don't think I'll get in though. Abby Lynn is auditioning. Let me know, Abby, on YouTube if you're auditioning to be on The Walking Dead. That'd be awesome. You're right, don't, not. What do you mean? Let me know what you guys are auditioning for, okay? So anyway, going back to Maggie. The group's on foot. Eugene is supposed to be a decoy, which he turned out to really suck at that. And they get surrounded in the woods. And that's a very pivotal moment, guys. Okay? The end of season 6, when they all get surrounded in the woods by Negan. Well, Negan's group at first, and then we get to meet the man. And yeah, they all get brought down onto their knees. They bring out Glenn. They line them all up. And the look on their faces, they know they're done. They know something bad is really about to happen. And Negan, we get introduced to Negan for the first time. And, oh man, he played that moment up. He soaked it up. I'm talking about the character, not the actor who played Negan. Abby writes, okay. Abby, let me know what you guys are auditioning for. I'm really curious. Abby Lynn on YouTube. Let me know what you guys are auditioning for. So anyway, Negan is playing this up. Lifting Fit Journey. A lot of tears. A lot of tears for this episode. Yeah. Season finale of episode 6, guys. It was bad. Let me put it to you this way, okay? Up until the season 6 finale, me and my wife were watching the show together every Sunday night. After she saw the whole Terminus thing, and okay, she dealt with that. But after she saw the finale and that huge cliffhanger that they left us with, we had to wait 8 months to find out who dies. Okay? So that was the last episode that my wife has watched of The Walking Dead. She hasn't watched another episode since. Okay, we're getting another call in again. Let's try this again this time. Hello, you're on Dead Talk Live with Viz. Are you there? Hello?
Hi.
Hi. How are you? What's your name?
Good. This is Abby Lynn. So my friend and I found this site, and my mom so far is figuring out if it's real or fake, and it's for The Walking Dead, and we're seeing if it's real so that we can audition for The Walking Dead.
Okay, now this site, where did you find it?
We searched up on just online how to get onto The Walking Dead cast, because that's what was the recent search, and it showed backstage.com. So my mom, she has hours of work, so she's just figuring it out.
Okay, well, Abby, I got to tell you, be careful. Okay, there are a lot of now. Did you apply to audition? Have they responded back? What has happened so far after you found this site?
We haven't done anything yet.
Okay. All right. Well, Abby, if you want, you're watching this on YouTube. My information, my email address is in the description of every video of mine on YouTube. If you want to email me after the show is over, the site that you found us on, I will research it for you as well. And I'll give you my opinion if this is a scam or not, okay? Because I don't want you going out there and potentially exposing yourself and your friend out to some scammers out there, okay?
Okay.
All right, so my information is on my YouTube page. It's in the description. Turn down your listening device because there is a little bit of a delay. Yeah. So my information is in the description of every one of our videos. Oh, we lost Abby. So Abby, we lost you. I hope you can still hear me. The reason why we're losing you, Abby, is because you're turning on the broadcast and you're cutting out when you're turning on the broadcast. So Abby, I'm going to repeat it again. After the show is over, if you want to email me where you found this site, I'll look into it as well, and I will give you my opinion, Abby, if it's a scam or not, okay? Because I don't want you and your friend going out there and exposing yourself to scammers. So just email me, and I'll be more than happy to look into that for you. I don't know, Marko, if Abby knew the trivia question. She's trying to get on The Walking Dead as an extra, and she found this site. I just don't want her and her friend walking into a scam. So guys, we are really cutting it close here on time. We have less than 7 minutes. We still don't have an answer to our trivia question. Now, come on, guys. You guys have the internet. I know you have the internet because you would not be here listening if you didn't. So, Abby, I'm going to repeat this question. I don't know if you heard it as well. We're giving away these great collectible action figures, okay? Showing on your screen right now. We're running short on time, so let me repeat the question again. Shorter on Instagram writes, is it possible to get on the show as an extra? Absolutely. Lifting Fit Journey writes, oh, what's the question? Okay, here's the question. We're running short on time. Remember Axel, the prisoner who was into pharmaceuticals that the governor killed in front of Carol, the guy with the handlebar mustache and so on? Now, how long was he and the other prisoners that Rick discovered in the cafeteria? How long were they locked up in the prison cafeteria? We'll accept the answer in months or days. How long were those prisoners locked up in that prison cafeteria before Rick showed up and let them out? So the number is 718-509-9270. If we don't get a winner tonight, we're just going to go on tomorrow with a new question. We're gonna, so time is almost up. So if anybody knows the answer, how long were those prisoners in that cafeteria? Okay, we'll accept the answer in months or days, but they do say it. They do say it. Brooklyn, New York is in the house. Well, I'm from Queens. Queens, New York is in the house. But I'm not in Queens now. Just born and raised in Queens. We have a caller coming in. Hello, you are on Dead Talk with Viz. Do you have an answer for us?
Hi, it's Saz here.
Hey, Saz. You have to know the answer to this. Okay?
I hope I'm right. I hope I do. I can't
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you called because you from what I've been reading, you are like a Walking Dead encyclopedia. So how long were those prisoners in the cafeteria for?
I want to say 10 months.
You are absolutely 100% correct.
Yay!
Congratulations. We would have accepted 10 months or 293 to 294 days, because that's the answer they gave Rick. So, Saz, which action figure do you want? Okay, let me tell you what's left. It's on your screen. I don't know if you have two devices to call and watch as well, but Aaron, Tyrese, RV Zombie, Bungee Walker, Gas Mask Riot Gear Zombie, and Michonne's pet number 1 are the action figures that we have for this current contest that are left. Which one do you want?
Could I have Aaron, please?
Absolutely. Aaron it is. Congratulations, Saz. You've really impressed me with your knowledge on YouTube tonight. And in order for us to get this out to you, if you look on the description for our video, it has an email address, an email address for me. So when this show is over, email me, Saz, at that email address, and give me your shipping information, and we will get this out to you. I'm assuming this is going to the UK?
It is indeed, to add to my big Walking Dead collection. Thank you very much.
Then I suggest you keep on watching, because we have a lot more than these that we're going to be bringing up as the days go along. So we're going to be getting Aaron out to you ASAP. Thank you so much for calling us, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I would love for you to watch the show and help me out on the stuff that I forget in the future as well. We're on daily, 9:30 p.m. East Coast U.S. time, okay?
Brilliant. I'll definitely watch.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. So there you guys have it. We have a winner. That's awesome. You know, everybody loves it. Khalid, hey. TWD fan, again, no. Toby, you answered incorrectly. Lifting for Journey says, congrats, Saz. Everybody's congratulating Saz. Abby writes 6 years. No, Abby, it wasn't 6 years. The answer to the question was 10 months. The prisoners were in the cafeteria for 10 months. We would have also accepted 293 to 294 days. So 10 months. That's how long the prisoners were in the cafeteria before Wick and Herschel walked in on them to rescue them. Wow, this has been a great show. And I think we've had our largest viewership to date. This is episode 16 of ours. So, I mean, this is still a brand new show. This is only our 16th episode, and our viewership has grown tremendously. And I want to thank all you guys. You're fantastic. You're amazing. Spread the word. We're gonna be talking. It's in the description. If it's not on the live stream, Abby, that Saz is the one that won, but if my email is not in the description of the live stream that is live right now, just go to any of our other videos, and once this live stream ends and becomes archived on YouTube, then our email will show up in the description and so on. But our email is plastered all over YouTube, so you'll definitely find it. Yeah, Abby, 6 years is way off, but hey, you know what? I appreciate you trying. So anyway, guys, like I was saying, this is only our 16th episode. Our viewership has grown tremendously. I want to thank all you guys for watching, for participating. I want this to be a very interactive show, so I will stop what I'm talking about to respond to you guys. Spread the word to your friends. We're going to be talking Walking Dead. We're going to be talking horror genre as the days go on. I plan on doing this show till the day I die, every day. Let's see if I can hold up to that. So, Carter from the UK. Hey, Carter. You guys in the UK, you are up either really late or really early. It's like, what? It's like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning over there. So you guys are up late. And I thank you for joining me tonight. I really do. I appreciate you guys joining me. We are like literally less than a minute left before we get cut off by Instagram. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, everybody from all our social media. Until tomorrow, guys, stay walking.